I never flew in a light airplane where I was the pilot. The guy I used to clean the airplanes for, I used to ride with him. He had a just landed in his field. He had his own airplane, and I loved that. He used to take people for rides, and of course I used to get a ride just because I'd keep his airplane clean. Well, I was in high school. I was during my from freshman on. Last couple of years, I spent a lot of time with mom. I spent a lot of time working, but after dark, I couldn't work.
Yeah.
And then I would chase after your mom. You know.
What did it entail cleaning a plane?
Well, mostly just water.
Get the dust off.
Yeah, get the dust off, and it wasn't really much of a job. It was just be careful. Just spray it down and wipe it just lightly.
Was it one propeller in the front?
Yeah, one propeller right in the center of the fuselage.
Were you behind him or next to him?
God, I think I was beside him.
Well.
Gosh, I can't remember that.
That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. We're talking about, I was probably
14?
14 or 15, yeah. Well, he used to fly over, and I used to go out and watch him. I used to ride my bike out there. Yeah, it was about a mile and a half away, and watch him fly. And then one day he gave me a ride.
That was it.
I was an eager guy to learn almost anything. And an airplane flying was...
Oh, yeah, that's got to be special in Grundy.
In Grundy Center,
Grundy Center, yeah.
And they flew slow. You could take off at probably took off at 35 or 40 miles per hour. Well, it worked. Had a big wing, and it was a very light airplane. Talk about light airplanes. It was a light airplane. The biggest, heaviest thing on it was the engine. It is interesting, though. I don't really know much about the airplane itself and the flying, because I never asked him to let me have control or anything. I just was pleased to get the ride.
Yep. I just threw a picture of a plane into your bio, and we have no idea how accurate that plane image is, but I just found one from that vintage period.
Well, I remember in his field, it was big enough. He had we had a tri-motor airplane come to Grundy Center, and they landed in his field. And the tri-motor, they had a center engine and two side engines. And that was a big airplane. And I got to go in a ride in that, too. Now, I helped them park it and so forth. So they let me, they were taking people for rides. They let me go for nothing.
Well, how'd your mom and dad deal with you going up in a plane?
I don't know. They even told him to tell it first.
What was that?
Didn't even tell him.
I probably didn't tell him. But no, they didn't seem to mind.
Would they have known this guy?
Oh yeah,
Probably.
oh yeah. They know everybody.
They know everybody.
They knew everybody in the county. I told you my dad was the one that got all the housewives gas stoves. So Dad was a pretty popular guy in Grundy County. I got along well with adults, and I asked lots of questions. I wanted to know what they knew. That was one of the best things Dad ever taught me. Find out from people what they know you don't know. And of course, this guy he had his own airplane, for goodness sakes,
Mm-hmm.
We hardly had cars, sweetheart, and I'm getting to go in an airplane, so it was